Hello guys, how have you been? It's been a long while since we met for a tarot session, actually just last month, but it feels as if it's been ages. So well, I'm back here once again with another special tarot reading, and this time, as you all know, it's almost July and it's the time for Cancerian the crabs, some of our most homely, home-centered people out there, people who love cooking, people who love security, people who love family, and people who love all things connected to the family, children and family gatherings and picnics and coziness and emotions are the theme where Cancerians are concerned. Of course, also a lot of overwhelming emotions and sentimentality. You cannot separate a crab from sentimentality and lots of tears at times. So well, Cancerians, go grab your handkerchiefs if you will and get ready for this reading. But I truly hope this is a reading which will make you smile, and it's got lots of hopeful, optimistic information for you. Only the cards will tell, but take it as it resonates and take it in the right spirit. Remember, the tarot is always for guiding you to the highest, best decisions and choices, never to disempower you or take away your choice or to create fear. As long as you know that, you're all good. If any of you are interested in the personalized tarot reading, please feel free to get in touch with me over email, and we will do a very detailed personal tarot session. This one is going to be a general tarot sessions for all people who are Cancerian sun signs, moon signs, or Cancerian ascendants or rising signs. So I do hope you get a lot of useful hints, clues and insights, and at least some of the guidance makes sense specifically for each of you who's tuning in to this reading. So let's get started. Okay, so as I usually do, I've already shuffled my first deck and I've already asked the question and drawn the cards. So the first question is usually the one that I usually ask for each of my readings for all the zodiacs, and this is: what is it that the Cancerians out there, at least most of the Cancerians, have been going through majorly in the recent past, or especially through much of the last year? So if there were one single theme to summarize that, what is it that they've been going through, and even in the beginning of this year? So for this, okay, I got the Three of Wands. So it seems to me that I don't know, I get the feeling that a lot of you out there might have been wanting to, almost have been on the verge of expanding your career goals in some manner. You've consolidated your positions, you worked well, you've achieved a considerable measure of success, and you've been wanting to consolidate, but it's almost like you've been on the verge of it when things stopped. And we do know a lot of things stopped majorly last year. Things are getting back to normal in a lot of ways now, but this is what I sense for a lot of you out there. You have been wanting to expand, but you might have felt hindered, like almost on the verge of walking out towards expansion, more consolidations, further shores, more ambitious projects and journeys, but it's almost like you were almost there, but something has stopped you, or something has made you more cautious, or either something has stopped you, or made you want to stop or pause right now because you were not sure. Because then Cancerians want a lot of security. They're not huge risk takers at all. At least they might be in their actions, but inside them they want a lot of security. And so yes, you might have wanted to test newer waters, move on to newer shores, but I feel for some of you at least that might have kind of stopped or have had to take a pause in some way. Let's see what is it that might have hindered this process, if it was hindered for some of you. Okay, so we have a major arcana card here, that's the Temperance. And so I feel that yes, so some of you did not want to venture into a big risk. Now when the Temperance card comes, it's always about doing things in a balanced, harmonious way. It is not about taking risks either way, going to any extremes one way or the other, right? So this is a card about which talks essentially, which guides essentially about balance, about being resourceful with things you already have and making moderate, right, balanced, fair use, where you're not lending, you're not bending down towards any extreme behavior, any extreme approach. So this is like a mix and match of various approaches to create a harmonious blend. It's like working the best with what you have got, creating harmony with what you already have got, and not being in that state of balance. So some of you might have felt that to go ahead and to cross into new waters, fresh shores, it would make you feel insecure, it would feel like a risk, it would make you you will have to bend over to one extreme way of being, which did not feel safe or right or practical or wise to you at that point of time. So concerns of balance or temperance might have stopped you at that point of time, because you felt that this was not the right thing to do, and it was too much of a risk involved, and you wanted to be more cautious, you wanted to play more safe, more secure, and work with what you already have, create things with what you already have, rather than venture into something which might be risky and which of you were unsure of at that point of time. So the next card is about what is it that you are on the verge of right now. A lot of you might be on the verge of what are the transitions that are going on with you right now. A lot of you are transitioning, and what are the transitions about? What is the transition which is happening for a lot of you at this moment? Okay, so these are two very similar cards. The Three of Wands you have here, and you have here the Two of Wands. So I feel, yes, some of you are, because you could not expand at this point when you really wanted to expand, when you were almost ready. So at this point now, you are preparing once again to come to this point. You have taken a step back. You did take a step back. You're on the point of reflection, careful contemplation, weighing the pros and cons. You don't want to expand. You do want to start what you had left. You want to pick it up again, but you are pondering. At this time you are consolidating, you are contemplating, you're checking out the scene out there, you're gauging how things are, what your resources are, what the opportunities are. You want to take measured steps. You are you absolutely want to go out there, and you've just put your plans on hold. That doesn't mean you've stopped them, or you no longer want to materialize them. It's just like you become a little more cautious, and you're taking a little more time to get ready and go all out. Some of you also might be wanting to travel. It feels wanting to travel because or maybe go to the sea. Sure, you've been wanting to some of you Cancerians love the water. They love the sea. Water harmonizes them, it soothes them, and it clears their energy. And some of you might be even wanting to take a vacation by the seaside, or just to go by the seashore, a beach vacation, or just to go by the beach, hanging there. So you might have started doing that, being cautious, or you might be waiting for that vacation to happen. You're just measuring everything, consolidating everything on the work front or whatever else, and before you come all out, before you go all out once again, out of your basket, or like we say, out of the oyster. What is coming up for you, right? So what is coming up for you? This was for what is coming up for after these transitions, after all this you've been through and you're already going through. What are the major themes coming up for you, which you are being guided to become ready for in the upcoming 6 to 8 months? So this one, I feel, is definitely about speaks about, again, planning, investment. So some of you have made a lot of plans. You might have worked hard for something, maybe even done some investments or done a lot of hard work, sown a lot of seeds, and now you have to wait, right? So you will need to wait for your plans, and some of the plans might be secret. You don't share everything, all of your dreams, all of the things you're planning with everyone, so it's time for, you have done the work. It's time to allow yourself to relax, sit back a little, and only take inspired action as and when you're guided to. But because most of the work has been done, the sowing of the seeds has already been done in some way, but you have to give it time. If this is referring to something which will take time, which will take time to flower and to sprout, so you need to give it that kind of time and have patience and trust. Like the bamboo shoot, it takes time to flower, but when it does, it comes out like overnight. So it's that kind of thing. It will flower. Just because it doesn't, you see nothing right now, you might feel that nothing is happening, but that's not true. A lot is happening under the surface, of which you might not be aware of right now. So allow this to happen. Have trust. If you worked hard for something, invested in something, sowed seeds for something which is aligned with you truly, which is guided through the light, it will materialize. Give it time, because this is something which is not something which happens overnight. Give it some time for the results, for the rewards to become visible. And when this happens, you might feel at the top of your game. The Emperor card is a major card. So for some of you, I feel there even might be some promotions around the corner. You might be going at the top of your game, or becoming getting promotions, going higher up in the leadership hierarchy. Something of that sort is happening for you out there, where you get to take major decisions for other people, and to make rules, to give structure to an organization. So some of those things. Also, some of you might be involved in some way with government bodies. I feel with government bodies, or some kind of official work, paperwork, or something to do with official structures, no matter at what level, at whatever level. So some of you might be involved in some kind of governmental structures or processes, due to whatever the nature of that work might be. So you might be involved in some kind of that kind of work which needs you to be involved in some way with the authorities, or seek help from the authorities. So something of that sort. And so this is always about control. It's connection with someone who makes the rules, or either you are someone who's going to be making the rules, or being in a dominant position in your workplace or somewhere else. So this is what I have here on the cards. Now let's quickly check another deck, which I have here, the beautiful Angels deck, one of my favorite decks. So let's ask some more questions out here for the Cancerians. Okay. All right, so what is it that the Cancerians can truly feel optimistic about, hopeful about in the coming days and months, up to the next 6 months to 8 years? What is it? What is something which they can truly feel happy and optimistic about and hopeful about? And what is something which they need to let go of at this point of time? It is something they need to be wary of, or something they need to let go of at this point of time. So let's see what it is. All right, so what is something that the Cancerians out there need to, something they can feel optimistic about, hopeful about, something that they can feel really excited about at this point of time? And what is something that they've had enough of, or they need to let go of? Because Cancerians they can truly hold on with it, tentacles to something and not wanting to let go. But what is something which no longer serves their highest good, and something which they now need to let go of and move away from for their own highest good and deepest well-being? All right, so let's see what these are. So something which you guys can feel excited about. The Magician card. It's one of the beginning cards of the deck, and it's a major card, so which means that these are important happenings for you, and these are not 1 or 2 day events. These are long-term happenings which take a period of time to unfold, because they hold some kind of major meaning and implication and lessons and journeys in your life. So the Magician card, it's always about manifestation, about making magic, making dreams come true. So this card, whenever this card comes up, it tells you that get ready for magic. The magic is inside you. At this point of time, you have all the resources you could ever ask for, the outside resources in the external world, and the inner resources, whether that be readiness, passion, confidence, wisdom, insight inside you. So all of those, when you combine them together, you're ready to create some magic in whatever aspect this refers to. You have the magic, but you have to make it happen. But you are being blessed at this time that you can make whatever you want happen if you're focused, passionate, and are ready to work with your magic. So it says magic is alive in you. What you need to be a success will manifest if you believe you can do it. And remember, if you believe, you can do it. So it's not when something happens, when you see it as proof, it's then you start believing. That doesn't, manifestation doesn't work that way. You first believe even when you're not seeing the signs, and then you start the process of it happening. So this is a message for you. It's a major card, so go on and make the magic manifest. Things you've been waiting for, maybe some of those earlier cards, things you put on hold, you've been waiting for, being cautious about before venturing further. It's time to make them happen, and you have all the blessings and all the tools right now with you. Universe has your back. Go and create magic. What are some of the things that you right now need to let go of, because it's been enough and these things are not serving your highest good right now, or you need to be wary of or cautious of? Okay, the Chariot. All right, so the Chariot, again, this is a major arcana card, which is again major life lessons. These are not 1 or 2 day events or small events. These are major life lessons unfolding over a period of time, sometimes over years. And it says rewards that come from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination and willpower, public recognition. So for me, this feels, if some of you have been, let's draw another clarifier for this, some more guidance. So thank you, Divine Spirit, for another clarifier for this card. What is it that the Cancerians need to let go of right now for the highest good and deepest well-being and move away from? All right, ego. My God, you guys have a lot of major cards. These are not small cards. So the ego card, the illusion of being trapped. Accept responsibility for your situation and then make choices that support your path to happiness, addictions or unhealthy habits. So it seems to me that some of you have got into the habit of, and this can happen with Cancerians because sometimes they can be really tenacious and it can be difficult for them to let go of something, especially if they fall into a pattern of where they feel like a victim or entrapped, or become like a codependent patterns or unhealthy ways of thinking. Sometimes it can be hard for them to let go because it's sign ruled by the moon, very much ruled by the emotions, sentimentality also, and moon is the dark side, the shadow side of us. So we have to clear those emotions, the dark emotions, in order to work through them. So that's always there for the Cancerians, a lot of emotions with the sign. So I feel that a lot of you have been focused on some kind of success, some kind of work. You've been very focused on your image, on your professional success, or something you've been trying to create, to the point that it's kind of become an obsession, or it's where you're taking it too far or whatever. It's like you need to let go. You also got with the cards in the previous spread, a lot of you have done the work already, and now you need to let go, relax, rest, stop manipulating, stop trying to control things too much, circumstances, situations. Stop trying to control everything. You can never control everything. It's time to allow the universe to do the work, because if you try to be too controlling beyond a point after you've done the work which was your part to do, you can just literally create resistance and actually sabotage your own success or the own rewards which are meant to come to you, because there is a timing for everything. It will not come before the right timing, and if you want it to happen in the right way. So stop doing that. You only create resistance. So stop being overly connected to your visions of success, or being overly dominating, or being overly relax a bit, being overly concerned with outer willpower or outer force or outer focus, or just give it a little break and stop and allow things to work out now themselves. Relax. It's time for being and not doing. So it's time to pause action a bit and just to be. So that's what it said. And this is also in relation to, you might have literally your ego might be involved in a certain way of being. You've become so obsessed with something, whatever this is about, a certain way of being or certain ambition or something, with creating something, that it's literally your ego ego has now taken over you. This has become about the ego rather than the joy and the love and the passion of it. And you've become greater than your own self to the point that, you know, this might be sabotaging your connection with your own inner voice and your own trust in the universe, because you are, by doing this, you are disempowering your own self, or you're disempowering your relationships, or either you're giving your power to ego, or you're giving away your power to someone else who is, you know, in an ego bound or an unhealthy relationship with you. So you're either giving away your power because of your obsessive need of something, either you're giving away your power to someone else, or you're doing this to yourself, or you're doing this to someone else, taking away their power because of your obsession with this. So let go, stop being controlling, recognize, go inside, recognize what are the unhealthy patterns of thought and behavior and you know, inside you at this point of time. What are the repetitive, you know, addictive kind of patterns of fears or thoughts or voices inside which come up inside you again and again. You will know the voices of the ego are loud, and they guide us to away from feeling peaceful and harmonious. So whatever is not making you feel peaceful, harmonious and calm and get a good night's sleep and making you feel clear is likely coming from ego, highly likely. So go on, cleanse, meditate, connect to inner guidance, and clear away things and chains, cut away the chains which no longer serve your highest good, which are just illusions, which are, you know, disguising as things which are meant for your good, or things which are meant to bring good to you, but they are actually chains. So cut away those chains and, you know, learn those high lessons and allow things to be trust in the universe, trust in higher guidance. So those are the cards that I see for you. Yes, it's time for moving inwards, because the Chariot is about the external success, but it's time to move inwards for some of the answers and do a little less, be a little more, and trust a little more after you've done your work. To trust and know that everything is not your work to do. Now I will okay, let me look at these cards first. Abundance cards. I'm looking at these. This is the abundance deck, firstly because Cancerian is a very money related sign. Now, not always you know, just to do with money as in bills and dollars typically, but because they're always you know, they love security. They a lot to do with security, so they love security and they love to have nicely filled bank balances, and they're not always very open about their resources. So they do like to make people think lots of times that they have less than what they actually have. So because you know, that kind of insecurity, that's one of the life lessons for Cancerians, to learn to be less insecure about money. So they feel, it just makes them feel comforted and secure for themselves and their loved ones if they have lots and lots of cash with them in the bank. They really hate feeling insecure at any point of time, or hate the even the thought of scarcity or lack. So it is a sign which you know, at all times will work to create security, and security matters a lot for them. It's also a very home loving sign, home centered sign, family centered sign. So I've read and I've always experienced personally that money and food are literally the two things that make most Cancerians go. Literally, if there has to be two things I speak about, it's got to be money and love of food. Okay, so what is the abundance guidance coming up for some of the Cancerians out there who tuned in? Some abundance guidance for the highest good at this point of time. Thank you. Okay, I will use this one. All right, savings and another one. Thank you for giving me another card. Abundance guidance for the Cancerians tuned in at this point of time, which will serve the highest good for the upcoming 6 to 8 months. All right, so this one. Okay, wonderful. So I have these now. First card is about savings. So it talks about saving, but savings is not always literally clinging to money. Remember, Cancerians can sometimes literally go obsessively overboard with trying to save, trying to hoard, and that the moment that happens, it's something which takes you away from manifesting abundance, because the very thought that you are clinging onto something is because you fear lack or scarcity, or that it'll get over, or the universe will not provide for you. So this is a guidance for you to save, but save in the right manner, with the right approach, with a healthy mindset. So it says, as you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds as a part of your self-care and part to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So I feel this is for some of you who've not been literally able to save, or who have not been really focusing on saving. So that kind of, so take it as it resonates for whichever one of you it might be meant for, that kind. And saving is always about knowing why you're saving, and not becoming obsessive with it. So, right? So it says, the other card says, again, this one I want to take first. It says attracting, not chasing. This is exactly what we were speaking about just now. Remember with the Chariot card, where I said stop controlling, stop doing, just start being for a while. Allow the universe to work. So this card, it says anything or anyone you chase after will run the other way. See? Because of the fears underlying chasing energy. And exactly, because when you chase something, even with funds or saving, when you chase something, literally cling to it, you literally create resistance and send it away. Instead, attract what you need by sending out love, gratitude, and welcoming energy. So this is pretty much self-explanatory. If you chase anything out of fear, whether it's success or money, when you're chasing something out of fear or clinginess or lack of trust or fear of scarcity, you are actually creating resistance for that very thing which you don't want to happen. So the key is attracting, being on that vibration of abundance. So attract, and whatever this, it might be with something else. I mean, you might be chasing love. Love is also a kind of abundance in our life, right? Abundance is not just about money. Abundance is the abundance of love, abundance of all things which make us happy and secure and well provided for emotionally as well as materially. So this, even if it's love, if you become too clingy or you chase too much, you literally throttle the person and you send the person away. So don't do that, Cancerians. Please take care not to be doing that. So attract, not chase. And the other card here is for whoever this might make sense. It says pay yourself first, right? So it says make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. So that is again pretty self-explanatory. So it's also taking care of your own self. It's setting aside a fund, whether it's for savings or also for your own self, because you are a loving person, you take care of your family. So you also deserve to indulge in some self-care things which you like to buy for yourself, which you waited for, which make you happy. So do this, indulge yourself at times. It's okay. It's not always to be thinking about earning to indulge others or spend on others. You don't need to fear indulging your own self. That's not a wastage. You earn it and you have a right. You deserve. Every one of us deserves to spend on things we think we are worthy of. So that's okay. So those are your lessons, Cancerians out there. Guidance from your abundance guide. So if you've been feeling guilty about something, doing something about yourself, or making a purchase which you really want but you're feeling, please stop the guilt. Go ahead and do it right now. All right, so with that, okay, I do want to pick a couple of relationship spread, because relationships are really, really important for Cancerians. So especially romance and relationships for some of you, who, whether you're in marriages or if you might be going through transitions or difficult times or even normal times with your spouses, or people who are in committed relationships, or people who've just started seeing someone, or people who are looking for love. So thank you, divine romance angels, for sending out Cancerians guidance, general guidance for the Cancerians out there to do with relationships and love and romance. That will be for the highest good and deepest well-being at this point of time. All right. Okay, so this card is give your relationship a chance. It says work on your partnership. So this is for all those of you who've maybe neglected or been lax off on relation, or maybe you've become too obsessed with a certain goal, or you've become too obsessed with money or other kinds of things, or you've, whatever might be happening right now. This is really important for you guys to give your relationship a chance right now. This is for some of you who might be having a turbulent time in relationships. So please give your relationship a chance. It might not be the end. It might still be very, very worthy of being saved. It just might be suffering from neglect or abandonment and hurt and unhealed emotions. So please work on it. You know, Cancerians can truly feel deeply, they can feel hurt deeply, they can carry hurts way too longer than it's required to. But please do the inner healing work. It's possible that your inner healing work, lack of your inner healing work, might sabotage a relationship, right? So please work on your partnership. This is something which can be saved if, in case this is, you know, for someone who is on the verge of a relationship which seems to be crumbling away. So let's pick out another card. It says trust. So wow, it seems so connected with the first card. It says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So this might be, you know, there's need for greater trust between the two of you. There's need for greater trust. It's possible that there is love and there is absolute worthiness in this relationship. It's just that some things need to be healed first, and the trust needs to be re-established, you know, because after some healing is done, the trust has gone, or, you know, there might be just misunderstandings, but the trust, it just needs to be worked on and re-established. That's all. You need to have faith. Maybe you being too suspicious or ego driven or not trusting out of your heal wounds. You need to have more trust, you know, have faith. Things will turn out. Have faith in each other's capacity, in the love that this might be speaking about that you have with someone else. So have faith, have greater trust. Cancerians can be suspicious, they can be too moody at times. So if this is what this is about, I'm just saying, I don't know what this situation is about specifically for whoever this refers to, but please have greater trust. And if you are unable to, call on the divine, ask the divine for help to help you establish greater faith and trust, and to have your back in this situation. So this is for those for the relationship guidance, for whoever this might be meant for. And then I just wish to use this deck. This is a beautiful oracle deck, a healing deck. I wish to ask for some guidance out there. What is it that the Cancerians out there, what are some of the top issues that they need to focus on for healing in their life right now? What is some healing guidance, major healing guidance, which will be truly invaluable for some of them at this point of time? What is it that they need to truly work on? The universe and the spirit is guiding them to work on at this point of time in order to bring them to a place of greater healing and well-being and joy in every way. So thank you for the guidance. All right. Okay. See, shadow self. See, I was just talking about this, that moon rules the Cancerians in a huge way, and they can all have a huge shadow self, and they need to go into the shadow self to heal themselves, right? So this is about the dark side, the shadow side. So a lot of you need to go into the emotions which you are distracting for, escaping from, and even some of the emotions which might be causing that self-sabotaging behavior, as was indicated by the ego card. You have to go inside. You cannot clear them from the surface. You have to go deep inside. Whatever these might refer to, there might be some unhealed wounds from this life or past life or childhood, or from past patterns, ways of being. They might be, you know, whatever this refers to. It might be wounds or trauma creating, you know, jealousy or ego or envy or powerlessness, disempowerment or anger or frustration or pain or suffering. Whatever this is about, a dark side of you, but you need to give that dark side love, with attention, not ignore it, not dismiss it, not pretend it's not there. This can be unpleasant and discomforting work, shadow work always it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't need to be done. It needs to be done all the more, because only through that will you release it, allow it to be transmuted into the light and heal and transcend majorly a huge life lesson, which will bring light majorly into this aspect of your life, whatever this refers to. So do that work. The other card says worlds within worlds. Okay, so very interesting. Let me see. All right, so I think a lot of expansion is happening within. There's a lot of transition happening with you light right now, and you know, I feel a lot of things are, you know, coming out into the light for you right now. Things might appear a certain way, but they might not be a certain way. They have a lot more guidance than what appears on the surface. So a lot is coming out slowly, worlds within worlds. So one after the other, many layers of certain things are unfolding, like peeling away the layers of an onion. So for something, with reference to you, you are realizing how much more there is. You're literally unfolding so much more from within you, and where formerly your eyes were like kind of closed, or your insight or clarity or third eye was blocked, now you're literally seeing more clearly, and you're realizing, you're almost stunned with the realizations you've had over the past year, and you continue to have, or you will continue to have in the future also. When you were looking singularly at a certain thing in just a linear fashion, now you're seeing layers and layers and dimensions of that thing unfolding to your amazement. So whatever this aspect is about, whether your own aspect, your own life, your own being, your own non-physical self, you're learning so much about certain things, and it's amazing you, and it's taking you deeper and deeper. This is almost something like, which is also there in one of those movies, forgetting the name, which was based on loosely on Yog Vashisht. So, dream within dream, worlds within worlds. So a lot is coming out. So go ahead and allow your clarity and insight to develop, your third eye to open more and more. Whatever these lessons, be open to receiving and learning more. All right, and I feel now it's just time to end. I will be using just picking out 2 more cards from 2 more decks. So this is the moon guidance, and the moon, where the Cancerian is, the moon guidance has to come through. So thank you, divine moon guidance, for bringing out clear, loving guidance for the Cancerians out there tuned into this reading, the highest good and deepest well-being. What is it that Divine Spirit wishes them to know most at this point of time? All right, and before I look at this card, I will also pick out my final card, which is from the Archangel Michael deck. Archangel Michael is all about love and shielding and protection. And Cancerians, they have a lot of fears. Sometimes they can be overboard. Imaginations can literally run riot with what will happen. So I feel Archangel Michael guidance will really, I hope it puts them, some of those frayed nerves into a more comfortable place. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving your loving, protective guidance for the Cancerians out there at this point of time. All right. Eternal love. All right, so again, if some of you have been feeling less than loved or less than loving, or feeling emotionally neglected or unsure or kind of bankrupt emotionally since some time in any way, so this is like eternal love. You're loved and there's love around you. Let go of the feelings of lack of love. So it says, help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing and giving love. So let go of trust issues again. Let go of bitterness. You are loved. There's so much love around. Tune into it. Let go of wounds. Heal wounds. And this is also about divine love, universal love, which surrounds you and has your back at all times. Let's pick out another card. Okay, this one. Okay, see, detach from the situation. Again, this reminds me powerfully about the ego card which you got. Remember, there was the same sign. This is powerfully the same message. There's something you are clinging to for too long. It's ego based, it's unhealthy, it's addictive, it's not for your highest good, it's self-sabotaging. Detach from it right now. And Archangel Michael is sending you this message to protect you for your own self-interest, for your highest good, because you will not be able to bring about any healthy thing if you continue to clinging on to whatever this is about. Let go in a healthy manner. Don't be spiteful, don't be unforgiving, don't be revengeful, don't be whatever this is about. It could be something to do with your own inner beliefs. It says, Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut out any attachments to fear or drama, so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. When you detach, when you accept, when you surrender to the divine to heal the situation and to convert it with your highest good, whatever the outcome may be, you allow the divine to work and peace flows and harmony flows. Whatever the outcome, whether it's originally what you sought or different from that, it will be for your highest good. So detach, let go, stop clinging, stop controlling, surrender to the divine. Detach from whatever this toxic relationship, toxic situation, toxic attachment, toxic or drama based involvement, unhealthy behaviors of other people. Let go, detach, distance. Right? A very, very important message, I feel. And finally, the moon card. All right, my God, Cancerians, you truly seem to have collected some, a lot of unhealed emotions or some kind of negativity over the past months, in the past year, because this card also says it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio, it says time to release. So let go. The Scorpio is very, very similar in a lot of things to the crab. Also in the clinginess, in the obsessiveness, if they become obsessive about something, and the ability to hold grudges for too long. Cancerians, in this you're similar to Scorpios. Do not do that. Let go. It's time for renewal, refreshing starts, renewal, rebirth. Let go of any toxic drama based energies or beliefs or needs. Let go, because then you will allow the light to flow in, new beginnings, harmony, peace. So let go, whether this is for the family matters, with friends, with work, or with your approach to some people or some situations. Let go. Surrender to the divine. Let go of negativity. Forgive yourself for whatever you have felt, or whatever you might have been through, or whatever might have created this negativity. Forgive yourself. Send yourself love first, and then send it out to others in your mind. Release. Ask the divine to assist you in releasing this negativity, whether through meditation or whatever else, prayer. Just let go. Let go. Allow new beginnings to come up. This is time to let go of this for your highest good. Right, guys, so that was your reading, and I truly hope it brought some deep clarity and insights and value to a lot of you. So, well, people, I truly hope you got some helpful insights and clarity from this reading, and hopefully those will help you become a better version of yourself at this point of time. Do share this video ahead with other Cancerians in your life so that they also might receive some benefit. If you like this video, please give it a like, because it encourages me to make more. Do come back for more content, and all you Cancerians out there, let go, trust more, be more loving, surrender, and don't forget to have some great comforting food tonight, and also to settle in for some nice movies on the TV with all your loved ones for some happy, comforting times. Take care, and bye-bye for now.